Hey friends, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas tree collar. What a Christmas tree collar is it allows you to hide the ugly metal stand if you have an artificial Christmas tree so that it has a collar around the Christmas tree. So that's what a Christmas tree collar is. It's a collar around the metal stand. And so we created a customized box basically around the Christmas tree. We have a 12-foot Christmas tree, and so what I wanted to do was hide the huge stand. And what we did was we created a box out of this wood, and then I used a Cricut machine to kind of cut out the letters. So what I did was I basically created a box and then went ahead and used a cutting machine and put our names on it, and then also put the 4 sides on, obviously, painted it with chalk paint. And then it's kind of ugly on the back side, but no one sees it. No one sees it. So here is what it looks like on the front. And then also on each of the sides, our plan is to have our kids' fingerprints all the way around as they grow older. So anyway, that's what our Christmas tree collar stand looks like. So I'm going to show you exactly how we did it and then kind of walk you through the process so that you can make one yourself. So stay tuned. Alright, so this is the Christmas tree that we have. It's a 12-foot Christmas tree, and this is the metal stand. And make sure that when you're measuring your metal stand, you give some slack so that you can move the stand however you want to inside of the box. So what you'll want to do is cut the trim out and just measure like the trim and the size that you want it to be. And so then cut the plywood out. We use a circular saw to kind of cut the middle piece out. You're going to make 4 sets of these. And what we did was we went ahead and glued it together, used some clamps, allowed the glue to dry, and then we went ahead and used a nailer to nail the trim as well as the plywood together so that it would be secure. Now, the biggest thing about this was that I wanted to be able to take it apart. What I did not want to do is have another big piece of like decor just sitting in the basement. So I wanted to make sure that it would come apart and it had hinges. And so what you're seeing here is the pneumatic paint gun that we got at Harbor Freight. It was like $10, less than $10. And we're going to paint this, or prime it first. And then what I was going to do was go ahead and stain it and then overpaint it with chalk paint so that the name would come out. So here you can see that we have some sawhorses, and we went ahead and got the air compressor. He aired out like all of the different dust particles and stuff on there before we started spraying. Now, this $10 piece of equipment is amazing. I'll make sure to link it below just so that you guys know exactly the one that we got. But what we did was we sprayed it with some primer, hit it, and then what we planned on doing was go ahead and using a wood stain in order to stain the wood. The goal here was that the letters would bleed through because I'm going to paint another layer of chalk paint on top of this. So these 4 panels would basically be stained and then re-chalk paint again. So that's what it looks like after it's stained. I allowed it to dry completely and cure before I painted it with chalk paint. And I'll leave my chalk paint recipe below. Then I went to my Cricut machine, used Design Space, Cricut Design Space, which is the software, to go ahead and design the letter that I wanted to. You can see here, this is on my laptop. I used the Design Space, designed the name, said established by, and then it went ahead and sent it to the machine. I'm using the Explorer Air 2. Like I said, this is stencil vinyl that I am placing into the machine. And the goal here is for the Cricut to actually cut the actual stencil. And then what I plan on doing was taking off the negative and adding in the actual letters themselves. And you have to use transfer tape in order to do that, okay? So I went ahead and we did all the negative parts off of it. And then I added transfer tape. And I'll make sure I link that. And then I transferred it onto that board. And then I painted it. And then I had the kids go ahead and put their handprints on it. We added hinges to the side so that we could take it apart. And that was it. All right, so I hope you guys liked that tutorial. Again, this is a Christmas tree collar stand that we absolutely love, and every year we're gonna have the kids kind of paint their hands on it, so it'll be a really fun tradition for us. We also have another tutorial where you can actually put your handprints on an actual Christmas tree skirt. So if you prefer the Christmas tree skirt, you can buy like a burlap fabric, or even just any type of like Christmas tree skirt that's kind of plain, and put their handprints around there if you didn't have the time to create a box collar. But anyway, I love how it turned out, and if you guys liked videos like this, go ahead and check out my playlist for home decor hacks that you can do around the house. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a like, subscribe, and then also click on the bell to get notifications the next time I create videos, all right? Bye guys.